All right, this is the much requested video on how to make an ogive, which is also called a cumulative relative frequency plot. Okay, so those are the same thing, an ogive or a cumulative relative frequency plot. So the first thing we need to do is make a frequency table from our histogram. So you can see I've already set it up and I wrote down the ranges, which I got from here. All right, so 40 to 50 is 5, 50 to 60 is 7, 60 to 70 is 7, 3, 6, and 2. So that's the easiest part. The next part is also pretty easy, but I feel like it's the step people forget. So we're taking our frequency and we're turning it into a cumulative frequency. So I want to know how many people scored below 50 on this test. The answer is 5. For the next part, I want to know how many people scored below 60 on the test, which is 12. Yes, because it's the 5 from here and the 7 from here. And then how many people scored below 70? I'm going to add in this 7, which will give me 19. How many people scored below 80 is 5 plus 7 plus 7 plus 3, or 19 plus 3, which is 22. How many people scored below 90? I'm going to add in these 6. That's going to give me 28. And how many people scored below 100? I'm going to add in those last 2, so that's going to be 30. So I have 30 people all together. So what I'm going to do next to fill out my relative cumulative frequency is 5 divided by 30. And then I like to write them as percentiles, so I just multiply that by 100. And that's about 17%. Hold on. Let me grab a calculator. So then for the next one, I'm going to do 12 divided by 30, which is about 40%. Then I'm going to do 19 divided by 30, maybe. 19 divided by 30, which is about 63%. Then I'm going to do 22 divided by 30, which is 73%. 28 divided by 30 is 93%. And 30 divided by 30 is 100%. So that's why the last number is always 100, because that's everybody. Okay? So now I'm going to make myself another graph. I'm going to make the x-axis exactly match the scores, and I'm going to plot my relative cumulative frequency. So I'm going to go 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So on this ogive, the x-axis also happens to go to 100. That doesn't mean it will always go to 100, right? If we were looking at incomes or something, it wouldn't go from 40 to 100. This just happens to be test scores. Okay, and then I'm going to mark off every 10-ish% here. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay, so nobody scores 40. 50% is, or a 50 score is about 17%, so I'm just going to make a dot right in there. 40 people scored below 60, so 10, 20, 30, 40. At 60, I should be at about 40. 70 is 63, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 63 at 70%. 73, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 73 at 80. And then 93% at 90. And 100% at 100. I feel like I miscounted there somewhere, but that's okay. You get the idea. and then I just connect the dots. Okay? So an ogive always starts at 0. It ends at 100. Those are both on the y-axis. And it's always increasing. Or flat. It can never go down because it's cumulative frequency, right? So the numbers in this column, they could stay flat if you don't have any scores, right? Like if you have a gap in your data, it could stay flat, but it can never decrease because you're always adding in everything that came before it, so it can never get smaller. Okay? So again, these are the frequencies. This is the height of the bars. This is like the total height so far. Of all the bars. So far. And then this is the percentage of data. So far. Which is why when we get to the end, we're always at 100 because we have gotten to 100% of the data. That's it. Every time it's exactly the same. Don't freak out about it. Just pay careful attention to what you're doing, okay? Thank you.